Good morning and good afternoon to all gathered. I'm Aaron Wilson. I serve as Serial and Government Information Catalog and Librarian at the University of Maryland. Welcome you to this meeting of the Education Committee of the Government Documents Roundtable. I am happy to see you all here gathered. I do acknowledge our our chair of Gold Board, Julia Izzo, who's here helping with our tech, as well as our committee members, Anna Young and Liza Weisbrod, who are here. Other committee members will be joining as the meeting proceeds. Again, I will post the agenda in the chat for those who are gathered with us. As we begin the meeting, I do want to make sure that everyone does see the agenda so we can have a clear outline of what will be discussed and highlighted on for today's meeting. The main focus is just more so giving updates of some of the work that has been done and starting to talk of some of the initial preparation for the upcoming year for the Education Committee. So though we do not have our full membership here, we will proceed to most of the items here to discuss are not action items. We'll just go ahead and highlight those items that we have listed. So the first order of business that we have is referring to the Voter and Elections Toolkit. I do have an update pertaining to the work that's has been done with that portion. For those who are aware, the Voter and Elections Toolkit has mainly focused on making sure that those who want understanding and access in regards to rules and regulations from absentee voting to ID rules and other aspects of voting in each of the 51 jurisdictions of this country. Those rules are listed by the respective jurisdictions. The Education Committee has been a custodian of this portion of the toolkit since about 2019. We are currently in the process of doing updates to the toolkit. The vast majority of our states have been updated. However, there are a few states that are still needing updates. We have begun the process of reaching out to those who are serving as editors of those respective states. There are a few states where those editors who initially have made those commitments are unable to do so going forward. So the committee and I will continue throughout the summer not only doing edits to those toolkits, but reaching out to individuals, seeing who may have interest in those areas. For those who are gathered and are wondering what those states that are lacking current editors, I do have a list of those currently. We are currently lacking editors for the states of Montana, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and West Virginia. So those states are lacking editors, and those who may be interested in assisting with that work, feel free to reach out to me via email. I'm placing my email within the chat right now. If you're interested in assisting with that work, I would be glad to discuss those details with you. The vast majority of the toolkits have met the deadline in regards to those updates. We have begun the process of doing reviews, both for grammatical errors as well as making sure links do work, as well as with the new formatting that has been put in place in preparation for what was supposed to be in April, Title II. We have already begun the process of switching things over to meet those requirements for the upcoming year once we do have to go into Title II implementation. Besides that, everything else is looking well. And I would be glad to answer any questions that members may have regarding the toolkit at this time. Hearing no questions, I will go ahead and proceed to our next item regarding Constitution Day. Traditionally, for many of us, Constitution Day, of course, will be held in September. For those of us working in academic libraries, it has traditionally been a time of just getting back into the school year and getting into the swing of things. We have begun our initial discussion in preparation for um, preparing something for Constitution Day. We have thought of ideas between a possible webinar as well as maybe a possible LibGuide that will access those. Jenny Groom, have you worked to map to pages state resources? That is something that I will probably need assistance with doing that.
Okay.
We could talk offline about that. But thank you, Jenny. Um, Pertaining to the Constitution Day, we are looking at resources. I think for many of us, particularly those in academic libraries, one of the big concerns has raised around, again, the timing and something that's in that realm. So members of the committee have been in, in conversations about doing a possible webinar. I do see a few members here. If they do want to chime in, that's fine. But we are currently in those initial stages of having that discussion. This is work that will continue throughout the summer, regarding looking at the possibility of doing a webinar pertaining to Constitution Day. Any questions pertaining to that? I will also note we were going to reach out, and I seen Jenny here, to individuals within GIC, because I know there's some work that has been done regarding their stuff within Constitution Day for government information for children, and not more so piggybacking, but seeing if there could be some possible collaboration with that. So we will be hopefully reaching out to members within GIC to see if there is work that we can do together in preparation for Constitution Day 2026. Hearing no other comments, we will proceed into new business. The Education Committee transitions. For those who are not aware, I have served on the committee for the last 4 years. The last three as either chair and co-chair this past year. I will be staying aside as a member of the committee. I will be starting my doctorate in the fall, so I will need to dedicate a little bit more time to that work. But with that being said, we have reached out to members within the committee to step into the role. In consultation and having talked with Julia in regards to this, I am pleased to present that our two co-chairs will be Christine Fletcher and Anna Jong, who joins me on the screen. Um, I wish to thank both of them for their willingness to step into this position. I they have both We have all worked together for the last few years within the education committee, and I know that they will lift up the work and keep the work going within this committee. So I want to thank them publicly for stepping into this leadership role. So thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Our next item will focus on suggestions for the upcoming year. Of course, we have talked about Constitution Day, and that's something that will proceed in regards to our discussion. But we have traditionally had our other aspects of work that have been done within the committee. One of which has been the last 2 years has revolved around Sunshine Week, which Anna, and along with Patty Takis, has been instrumental in providing webinars in collaboration with the Help Webinar series. But we also would like to see what committee members, not only committee members, but with members of GOLD would be interested in collaboration. I should also note, and I see Lisa Pritchard here, we have also done our collaboration with the advocacy toolkit. There we go. That is housed within our voting elections toolkit page in consultation with the legislation committee. So there are other things that we would like to do. We do realize that there will be changes coming to our committee and other aspects of our work. So we're wondering, and we're open to suggestions from our members of things they would like to see in regards to possible activities with education. So with that being said, I would be glad to open up the floor to suggestions and discussions to possible activities for the 2026-2027 Education Committee. Thank you, Jenny. I see. Any comments or suggestions? I'm not hearing any at the current time. I will say if there are, oh, go ahead, Jenny.
So yesterday I was at, I don't know what STS stands for. It's part of ACRL's government information. And Linda and the James Jacob Square did a presentation about the disappearing information, science and technology. Thank you, Julia. And it was really good because they also talked about a framework for going forward. And I asked if they'd be interested in presenting that again, and they said yes. Because it wasn't just about how we responded in the past year and a half, but also about a framework for going forward. And that would be a great program beyond Godard.
Disappearing information framework with ACRL science and tech section. Okay. I'll add that to the list. Thank you, Jenny. Any other comments or suggestions? Going once? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Julia. Going twice? Okay. If there are suggestions that do come up, feel free for now to email me personally. And if so, we can also forward that information to both Anna and Christine as they prepare for the new year. I think Anna, you're gonna type your email in.
My email?
Yes. But feel free to reach out and we will coordinate. Thank you. If there are any suggestions that you may have for Education Committee going into the new year. But thank you for that suggestion. We should definitely look into that. Absolutely. Okay. This is going by quicker than I thought. Announcements, of course, annual meetings will be held in 2 weeks in Chicago. For those who will be there, I look forward to seeing you there. We do have events that will be happening for Godort. I also invite you, I believe we're doing ACRL PIPS and Godort doing a joint gathering. If you are there, hopefully I will be able to see you there as well as our respective sessions that will be happening within the conference. So again, conference is happening 25th to 29th in Chicago. And for those who are there, I look forward to seeing you there. Acknowledgements, I do wish to note in appreciation to the members of the committee for their service this year. This has been a very daunting year for us, not only within the committee, but in our respective capacities and as information professionals. And I wish to thank each of them for their work. I must also acquaint the committee that one of our members, Jess O'Toole, will be standing down from the committee at the end of this term. Jess has served as a member, one of our members from Yale, and we wish to thank her for the work that she has contributed, particularly in assistance with Sunshine Week this year. She's been a valued member of this committee this year, and I just want to publicly acknowledge and thank her for her service to our committee. With that being said, it has been an honor and a privilege to serve this committee these last 4 years. I see Liza was my first chair, and I've worked alongside her for these last 4 years. So thank you to her and to Jenny and to members of the steering, Lisa and Julia and others. It has just been an honor and a privilege to grow in this profession from a staff member to a faculty member in the last 4 years. And I look forward to hopefully coming back once I'm a little bit settled in the first 2 years of the doctorate and working with Godort. So thank you all for that. There's no other business that I have before this committee. I wish to thank you all. Steering committee meeting will start at, I was going to say 2 Eastern, 1 in Central. So if you would like to stay online, feel free to do so. But other than that, this meeting is adjourned for education for the year. Thank you all so much and have a good remainder of the day.